Well, I had a bit of an incident on the road today, so it led me to do a repair, and since the repair might be something that you might need to do, I figured I'd make a video for you today. This vehicle is a 2000 Ford Taurus, and this repair works for all Tauruses from 86 to 2006 that have the external box. Let me explain what I'm talking about here. This piece right here is your main power wire. This takes the power from the power box through the mega fuse right here off of that lug down there, and it connects the battery to the mega fuse, which connects power source to the vehicle. This is your main power source. If this wire is ever to break, you will experience a complete and total shutdown of everything. That is what happened to me today. What had happened was this wire, which has seen better days, it broke. It broke right up here underneath this tape. When it did that, the car completely shut down. So what I did to fix it was I opened up this little mega fuse door right here, and I used a 15mm socket, and I removed that nut, took the old lug off. I went over to Walmart for about $4 or $5, bought the copper lugs that you see here that you would use for like fixing your battery cable on your lawnmower or whatever. And I had some 8-gauge wire that I bought at O'Reilly for about, I think it was like 93 cents altogether. I had actually bought this wire for another project, which I ended up scrapping. And I took the wire and I put a lug on each end, and I did my repair. Now, a word of caution about doing this: if you have to do this repair, disconnect your negative battery, because if you don't and you go to hook that wire up, because of the amount of power going through this fuse box, you're liable to blow out your computer. It doesn't take much. I also went and sandwiched the lug on the battery in between the terminals, so I know I've got a definite connection there. I was going to put it on the outside against the edge of the bolt, but because of these bend downs right here that holds that bolt in place, and the fact that I had to get going really quickly, I opted for option 2, which is to sandwich it down inside there. I also made sure that my battery terminal was tight and everything, and just to keep it off the upper hose, I zip tied it to the battery strap. That of course will change because I've got to put this together correctly in order for it to be done right. But I wanted to show you that in the event that you ever have a complete shutdown, look at this wire. If this wire's broke, then depending on the condition of the wire, this wire had actually caught on fire before. I had accidentally caught it on fire when changing that number 3 spark plug right there. Or is it number 6? Either way, what had happened was the ratchet fell, made contact right here. You can still see the burn mark from that day. And it shorted out right there and set this entire thing on fire. So that's why it's all wrapped up in tape, just to keep it to where it could be usable. Now, this part of the wire, you can get this from Ford. It comes as part of the battery cable set. Last time I priced it, it was $140. This was 5 years ago. So, because we all can't spend $400 or $140 at the parts store or the dealership, that is how you fix it. Another thing too, use a pair of pliers that are mainly used for electrical. If you don't, it's going to be loose and it could fall out. That's what I did. I put a little dimple on the end of it there that holds it in place. And then when you get done, just tighten that up and shut the door down, and you're all good. So I hope this helps you, and if you have any other ideas, let me know.